It out to like mad people. Usually it stops at this point. Jeez.
Are we too old to like them?
Hell no. Who said that?
I didn't. Well, there's an article I saw today about
Fuck that article.
about now, instead of it being the baby boomers against millennials, now it's millennials against Gen Z.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm like, but I still feel like I'm young.
Because they do
like young things.
They even do this thing on TikTok where they make fun of millennials, Generation Z. Yo, that's crazy.
All right.
It sent it out to like mad people.
Let's see.
Kind of mood tonight on 100.
You might not be able to like read all the comments.
Yeah, that's where you gonna come in.
Okay. So once the music is done. Y'all let us know if you can hear us and see us okay. We're trying to go back to the old format little by little.
Right. Okay. Hey!
Hey!
How y'all doing? I was able to like tag like mad people. Usually it only lets me like tag like 15.
Really?
Yeah. And the list was going on, and so I was like, I don't know.
Alright, y'all, what's going on?
What's happening?
This is Tired Tuesdays.
This is Tuesdays and we tired.
Well, I'm actually not tired today.
Me neither.
I'm actually in a really good mood. Let's see. Okay, nobody's said nothing yet. Not that I've seen. Alright. How's everybody doing?
This is so weird to be back in the
I know, format, like, right? This is crazy. Because we haven't done this since what, last summer? Maybe last summer, last fall, I think was our last episode together for Tired Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And then of course we've all been in quarantine, so we've all been separated. And we've been doing our Tired Tuesdays separate. So right. We're back together. Okay.
That was cheesy.
It was. So yeah, a lot has happened since last week, but a lot has been going on in general. You guys know what's going on. If you've been living under a rock, then come about that.
Yeah. Word.
Because we're back together today, we want to make it lighter, right? We don't want this one to be as serious as the last few episodes.
I mean, we can touch on a few things.
Yeah.
Because like we said, we were going to touch on a few things, but this is going to be primarily, I guess, music more so today.
It's going to be more so music. We got a lot to do today. Because
hi everybody coming in.
Yes, hi everyone coming in. I'm supposed to be looking at the comments and stuff too, but nobody's saying anything, so okay. It's okay. So hi everybody. So yeah, today we're doing Tired Tuesdays, and then right after that, head over to my Instagram Live or Facebook Live, and I'm going to be doing a small concert for you guys, and you may see an appearance by this one right here. We'll see. So yeah, we're going to talk about music, and we're going to talk about music in the context of what's been going on in the world, and also things to look forward to. So
hi again to everybody.
Yes, hi everybody. Shout out to everybody that's in here. It's okay. It's a nice little number in here. Amen.
All right.
Wait, is that your sister? That is your sister. Yay.
Waffle's in here. What's up, Waffle?
Hey, Waffle. What's up, Z? So first, let me give you guys an update because last week we talked about Republic Records changing the category of urban back to R&B.
I didn't read that article.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
It's okay. So we talked about Republic Records turning urban back into R&B for their categories for business, genres, all that kind of stuff, releases and everything. And then after that, just a few days later, the Grammys, the Recording Academy, decided that they were going to remove the title of urban contemporary and replace it with progressive R&B.
Which is whack.
Which is very whack, and you guys remember it set me off. So I went on a little hunt because I am on the Grammy voting board, and I wanted to get some information because I wasn't able to vote on that. They didn't ask me. Yeah. And I was able to get in contact with someone who is part of the DC chapter. I'm thinking that she is the president of the DC chapter of the Recording Academy. And I tagged her in my post and I said, something has to be done. What do you think about this? And she let me know that she was going to go to a meeting, an executive meeting last week where they were going to discuss all the changes that were made. So I was like, okay, cool, that's dope. And she said she was going to get back to me with whatever information she could. But she definitely hears me and everyone that has a problem with that, and she's going to make our issues known. So I'm like, this is amazing. This is a great move. Thank you so much. So was it yesterday or the day before? I think she hit me back. I asked her, I was like, so what's an update? Like, what's going on? And she said that they did have the meeting and that everything was discussed. She said that I have to pay attention to what's going to be happening in the next few weeks because there's a lot more changes coming. The one thing that she did say was that the change to the category names has been in works for months. A lot of this is due to what happened last December with the old president of the Grammys and her, the whole issue that she was bringing up about racism and misogyny and all that kind of stuff going on in the voting board. People cheating the voting boards and stuff like that. And she said that these changes have been going on for months, and it just so happened to be a coincidence that they announced the changes in the midst of Republic Records announcing the change. So she said there's still a lot more changes to come. And I'm like, okay.
My whole thing with that is that why not wait until everything was finished and then make an official announcement?
Probably because the voting rounds are about to start. And they wanted to make those changes before people start submitting their submissions to be voted on.
Yeah, but how long does it take to change some category names?
You know what? What's crazy though is that you think about it and it's like, what really do they have to change? It really shouldn't even be a vote. It should just be a thing where it's like, okay, you know what?
Right.
These categories don't make no sense. Let's just change the category.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it really should not take a meeting and a meeting and a meeting and a meeting and a vote. And I get it because that's how most businesses do. Because everybody's got to worry about verbiage. Everybody's got to worry about legal stuff and not offending anybody. But I also feel like, okay, whoever chose to call it progressive R&B, y'all had a meeting and nobody said that was wrong.
Right. But then what happened to just regular R&B category?
Yeah. So they've changed the hip hop collaboration category, or like best rap song collaboration category is now R&B melodic or hip hop melodic or something like that because it involves singing. Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit. Progressive R&B basically says any R&B song that includes elements of other genres and elements of rock or pop, alternative, electronic stuff like that, and it's even country. And I'm like, okay, why does that mean progressive?
Right.
We've been doing music like that for decades. Mm-hmm. Now, it sucks that y'all just called it R&B and then even went as far as to just shift it into urban.
Right.
But why is it that if I do a country song, I can't be nominated for a country award?
Right.
Like,
and that's primarily the issue. It's still just like, hey, black folks, we understand that you guys are getting a little bit more creative. But we're still going to keep you over here in this box because you're still not allowed over here in this box. And it's just like,
but if we want to do something that's a little bit more urban,
right,
then we'll go ahead and get into that category.
We can still jump into your boxes, but don't think about coming into our boxes. Right? It's like, bitch, please.
Yeah. So yeah, progressive R&B is so loaded and stupid. Exactly.
Right.
Like it's annoying that we still have to go through this. But one of the reasons why I joined the Grammy board was so that my voice could be heard, and I really hope that this time around it is.
Right.
The fact that I was able to connect with someone, and it's so funny, the woman that I connected with from the DC chapter is a black woman,
mm-hmm.
but the New York chapter president is a white woman, and she ain't said nothing yet.
Well,
they haven't even approved my comment on the Grammy New York chapter Facebook page.
Well.
So it's very interesting how things move and who makes them move. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and honestly, again, let's not get it twisted. We are not beat over these awards. We are not beat over these Billboard charts. You know, the way the industry is set up is that if you win awards, if you top the charts, that makes you more marketable to them.
Right.
Not necessarily to the listening public, but to them, because they assume that the listening public doesn't know what they want. Right. So I'm not beat for the Grammys. It would be wonderful to win one, but it's not an end life goal for me anymore. Like, I don't care. And I honestly don't really think that anybody else should care at this point. Like, honestly, we really shouldn't care. I mean, Beyonce get nominated every year. And sometimes she wins and sometimes she don't.
But she still can't get no country award.
She still can't get a country award. Even though they won't give her the pop awards. They won't give her Song of the Year. They won't give her Album of the Year. Right. Even though Lemonade was the album of pretty much the decade. Right. If you think about it. Right. And they didn't give her nothing for that. Nope. Well, no, they gave her some R&B awards. That's what they gave her. Of course. That's the only awards that we can get. Yeah. So yeah, you know, these academies and these associations, they claim they're trying. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll see in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, we'll see what happens. What they decide. And we'll really see when it's time to vote. Yeah. Because this is what I told you yesterday, and I forgot to mention this before. So last year, I submitted one of my songs to the Grammys. Oh, yeah. Called Align. This, yes. And Align was produced by my boy Coastin. And it's a pop song. No, it's a dance record. Oh, yeah. It's a dance record. Yeah. I submitted it as a dance record for Best Dance Song. The Grammy Association hit me back and said, we're removing your song from the dance category and putting it in Best Pop Vocal category. And I kind of took offense to that because I'm like, so is it because I'm black and I'm singing this way or whatever that you're taking it out of the dance category even though it's a dance song? Like, what was that about? And so you put me in Best Pop Vocal, which means my chances of winning anything are even more slim. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, y'all maybe took a chance for me to win a Grammy based on your own judgments, and that's not really fair. But even like old girl was saying from before, like there's a committee a selective few that are at the top that truly primarily make all of the decisions anyway. Yeah. You know what I mean? When it comes down to the Grammys themselves, I think we just need to, as the black culture, need to stop putting so much into it, to be honest. Like, and let's celebrate ourselves. We need more of our own award shows. Yeah, and celebrate our BET Awards, celebrate our NAACP Awards, celebrate our Soul Train Awards, and black folks show up. Yeah. When they open outside again, y'all better be there. Okay. And so, like, that's what we really need to celebrate. Like, speaking of which, as a great segue, so this year's BET Awards, they just announced the nominees, they announced the host, and they announced something that I think is amazing and could be a big change. So first, everybody named Mama's nominated. So Beyonce's nominated, Nicki's nominated, Megan Thee Stallion, everybody's nominated. Drake, Chris Brown, the usuals. Pretty much everybody that put something out last year. Amanda Seales is hosting. But this year, for the first time, and you know how they've been doing lately, like they put the awards on several different networks. So they will do like all the Viacom channels. So you have BET, MTV, VH1, the logo will show it and all that kind of stuff. Right. For the first time ever, they're gonna be showing the BET Awards on CBS. Hey, Black Lives Matter. Listen, that is Black huge. Lives Matter. It's the first time. It is the first time that they're going to be televising the BET Awards on a major network, and I think that is huge. They had this whole movement. Had to encourage that move. Ty said, "Now why is that?" Now, what's funny is it's crazy because we're all in this pandemic, so all these shows and different things have had to redo or refigure how they're going to show this stuff. Right, but this particular awards is not going to have people there. It's going to be online, virtual. Right. So is that the reason why they're putting it on CBS? Because maybe this time it's safe. Because black folk, when we do stuff live, I didn't think about it that way. And if that's the case, that's really kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up. But I'm not mad. We're still on there. We shall see. I won't complain. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it is. These little small victories will add up to bigger victories. Right. So we just need to count this as a win. Let's not look too deep into it. And I'm not mad because again, like, I don't really watch CBS
Same.
in Jersey and New York. It's Channel 2. Don't nothing come on Channel 2 that I watch other than The Price is Right during the day if I'm sick.
And that's by accident. If you're not watching Netflix, anyway.
Yeah. So I don't even know the last time I watched The Price is Right.
Right. Right. And I don't even watch regular TV anymore.
Right.
So I don't even.
But like, you know, it's good that we're being broadcast, and now the other networks need to follow suit. And if anything, the same way that they have a country awards, the same way that they have the Latin Grammys, give us our own Grammys that's on national television like everybody else's.
Right, we got way more than enough music that we can.
My God, like we're in every aspect of music anyway, so why not just let the awards be ours? Like the Grammys really should just be ours. I wonder if I could pull this up.
I mean, we created all the the corporates,
I'm about
all the music
to pull this up now.
So.
You guys probably won't be able to see this, but I saw this on Instagram today. Let's see if it shows. It's called The Evolution of Music.
Well, send that to me.
It is a flowchart.
Wait. Okay. Yeah. No, we have to post that. That's ridiculous.
I'm gonna repost this. This was posted on R&B Agenda's page. I don't know where they got it from, but I'm gonna see if I can get it from them. They only have 2 versions of music that was started by white culture. And I'm not even sure how true that is. And I've studied music history, and I'm pretty sure that Baroque music and opera still have their roots somehow from Africa.
Of course. Of course.
So this probably isn't even, as accurate. But literally everything else comes from what they say, African American sacred traditions, African American secular traditions, African American secular traditions instrumental. And then from there you have everything. Blues, gospel, jazz, rock, pop, hip hop. Every single thing comes from that. And I think honestly, if you really think about it, maybe this should say the evolution of American music. Because, Asian music has their own thing, Arabic music has their stuff.
Yeah, true.
Latin music still kind of has their roots in Africa. But, we do this. And everything really does kind of come from us. So...
I mean, they've been stealing our music since the very beginning.
Exactly.
Like that. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So, I think that when it comes to these award shows and us really having our visibility on TV, it's wonderful. I'm glad that CBS took that on, because that says a lot about them as a company. It's funny that NBC should have probably done it, since they're in the middle of all this, racist drama between Gabrielle Union and what's that coon's name? What I say?
I hate you right now.
What I say? What is his name? I don't even know that man's name. What is that man's name?
I don't know.
Be shucking and jiving for everybody on the TV.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, NBC should have took that on because they got issues, but we already know NBC's kind of racist anyway, Donald Trump. So yeah, it would be nice to see more of that, like the BET honors or even the NAACP awards should be nationally televised.
Yeah, they really should be.
The Stellar Award should be nationally televised.
Yeah.
The Trumpet Award should be nationally televised.
Ooh, yes, forgot about the Trumpet
The
Award.
Soul Train Award should be nationally televised. When that
Especially the Soul Train Award.
That show was on a national network when it was on the air. So why so there's a lot that can be changed. I know I'm petty. I'm sorry. Y'all know. It's fine because we're back together. So yeah, it's good to see this. Now what I want is for us to have a black-owned national network.
Yeah.
Y'all remember UPN and how it just disappeared?
Didn't somebody buy them out, though?
Well, UPN, they changed their... Whoever heads that up.
But was UPN ever black-owned, though?
So it wasn't black-owned.
I thought it was
their program director was a black person.
Okay.
And I think what happened was things started shifting. Because remember, they had all the shows. They had Moesha. They had the Parkers. They had Girlfriends. They had, didn't they have Hang Out with Mr. Cooper?
I was going to say, yeah, they had.
Or that might have been UPN.
Didn't they have the Steve Harvey show, too, as well?
I think that might have been the WB as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might have been Channel 11.
Okay.
But yeah, I think there was a lot of black shows that were on that channel. And then all of a sudden, everything kind of just shifted.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. WB started getting more shows and taking those time slots away from UPN. So a lot of those shows that used to come on UPN had other shows rivaling those time slots on WB, which was more of a white-based network.
Gotcha.
So you see those shows just kind of go away without ending properly.
Right.
Like Girlfriends never had a real season finale or series finale.
All of Us, yeah.
Yep, All of Us.
Yeah.
They never really had the proper send-offs for those shows. And then it just went into infomercials. Like all you ever saw on UPN was infomercials.
Yeah.
And
the infomercials would start like hella early too. Like it would be like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and all of a sudden you would be like, "What the hell?"
Yep. So like, you know,
so
it sucks that we don't have that anymore. And then you think about Bill Cosby, like Daria said, who tried to buy NBC.
And
Donald Trump said, "Oh no, you've been sending, you know, drugs and stuff to women," even though
all his scandal got
a lot of the women said that they actually asked for the drugs, but that's a whole other conversation.
there.
Yeah, so we saw what happened there, and we're seeing what's happening now.
Imagine if Bill would have actually bought NBC.
Could you imagine the Cosby Show, a different world?
Like
the new version of the Cosby Show, like the Wayans brothers probably would have had a show on there,
right? Like
Martin probably would have moved to that network.
That would have been incredible. And then there goes all of our award shows. They would have automatically been on NBC.
Yeah.
And then do you imagine what the new programming would have? But
Amor said they couldn't have that happen.
Yeah.
They really couldn't have that happen because we would have too much control. We would have too much influence.
Yeah.
No other channel. Imagine if we would have had NBC and then Shonda Rhimes got a hold of the program. Like imagine if Grey's Anatomy and Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder was on NBC because it was black owned.
We would have shut television down.
God, like,
and they already know. And that's why that was not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's why that was not going to happen.
Like,
and unfortunately, like, no shade, it's almost like I wish Bill would have waited for this time period and then start his negotiations and his feelers.
Yeah,
but like, it is what it is.
He tried it at the right time. It's just so we know.
Yeah.
But I still don't even know if they would let him do it now. Because they would have still found something out to say, you know,
this is true.
Someone complained about you 30, 40, 60 years ago, and we can't give this to you because of how it looks to the public.
But if he was a white man and he had a bunch of scandal...
Oh, well, then he would have been president.
I mean, yeah. We're supposed to be keeping it light today because we're together again.
Cool.
But
yeah, I think.
Gosh, this planet.
But that's really what it is, though. Like a lot of what's going on now is not just let's not forget the crux of what's going on right now is the fact that black people are being killed by police officers when they are unarmed and not posing, you know, serious threats.
Correct.
But in all of this, you know, revolt and protesting and rioting, there's so much more at the root of this that has to be discussed.
Yeah.
There's so much inherent racism in all of our systems, in all of our programs and companies, you know, that has to be dealt with. Mm-hmm. Somebody posted the other day, and I think it's hilarious, but they were like, you know, all these companies coming out saying Black Lives Matter as if, you know, we just came out.
Right. Like we just got here.
Yeah.
Like,
and we've been here,
right.
And we've been asking y'all to see that we matter.
No shade. That's like the whole "I'm responsible" commercial.
Oh my God.
Like, I was just like, when I saw that, it got me so furious. Because I was like, their acting is on 100 right now. The whole hand on the heart, the deep tones,
and even if
the
they're not acting,
flair.
Even if they're not acting, it's like that's not what we need right now. Because that literally felt like in the background, it should have been playing in the arms of and I'm like, y'all don't know that Black Lives Matter? Y'all don't know that you're responsible for racism? Y'all don't know that you guys are responsible for slavery?
Yeah.
You don't know this after...
Every time I turned a blind eye. And I was like, if y'all don't change your tone, like, calm down. Like
we get it.
Like,
y'all feel some kind of way now because the shit is out in the open. And it's the only thing anybody's talking about.
Yeah, because it's apparent now. Like, it's in everybody's face, and now it's become trendy to talk about it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, let me see your next role, and you hand it over to somebody black. And be like, hey, you know what? I'm not really feeling like I should have this role. I think so-and-so should be
the lead. Let's see the writers' rooms for your shows and your movies. Let's make sure that you're hiring black writers. Let's make sure you're hiring black directors and they're not just relegated to BET and OWN.
What that commercial should have been more about.
Yeah.
Not sitting up here talking about, I'm responsible, I hold responsibility. Like,
we know you're responsible.
Like, that's clear. That's not the argument.
Yeah.
How you gonna fix it? So,
like,
that shit got me so mad. I saw that. I was like, Hollywood, here we go again.
I'm gonna tell on myself a little bit more. So, my job, I told you guys a couple weeks ago and last week that they've been making changes at my job. And I'm part of a committee that's been helping with policy changes when it comes to customer interaction with agents and making sure that agents are not subjected to any racist comments or racist talk and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
The woman who's heading it up is a white woman. And, we've talked and she's very much an advocate. But what's been getting to me is that every time we have a meeting, she starts off the meeting wiping her face from tears. And she talks about how it's been such a tough day of tough talks and tough meetings. And she's just, she's just trying to do it, do the best that she can. And it's going to be more tough days of tough talks and tough meetings. And everybody in the chat was like being really nice to her and supporting her and be like, we get it, we understand. I'm done. I am over babying her. I'm over white tears. I'm done. Like, at this point, you crying is not getting any more sympathy from me. These are actions and moves that y'all should have been putting in place the day that you got hired to this job that claims that it's high on diversity.
Right.
And yet their actions show otherwise.
Right.
So the tears you're crying now...
the diversity was only just meeting a quota.
Exactly. So the tears that y'all are crying now, I don't care.
Right.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And let's get these policies changed.
Try being black for a month.
Yeah, look. Try being black for a week or a day. Try coming into that office as a black person and see the difference that you feel.
Right.
Like,
press the buttons to the elevator and see who shifts to the other side of the elevator because they just, or let you go up first just because they don't want to be in the elevator with you.
Yeah. It's crazy. Everybody's saying the same thing. I said what I said. Fuck the white tears.
Like, no shade. No shade.
Oh, my God.
Well, actually, all the shade in the world.
Ty said, I can't stand this apology media tour from all the whites in their corporation.
Yeah, like...
It's almost like it's too little too late. Like, I don't need y'all to apologize.
But it's like, okay, yeah, you make the statement, you write this detailed PR letter, but where are your changes? The biggest company that I thought, after reading their statement, was Genius. Genius took responsibility.
And we're both verified on Genius, by the way.
Okay. How you doing?
What up, Genius?
Right. They took responsibility. They said what changes they were going to make in their company. They put out bullet points and then went to the extent of how even more depth in the letter that they had of how they were going to...
They said they're going to start implementing classes done by black industry professionals to teach young people about the music industry. And
I was like, then they said that they were going to assess everybody in their higher ups, everybody who makes decisions, because they were like, okay, we hold ourselves accountable for this because there is nobody black at the round table. And so we're about to assess that, get all of that, shift what we need to shift. And they were like, just give us a month or two.
Yeah.
We're going to have this taken care of. And I was like, okay. That's how you do it.
And they had to do this because Genius originally was called Rap Genius.
Yes.
It was a website based on translating and understanding hip-hop lyrics.
Yep.
So you're basing your entire platform and business off of black
people.
culture.
Yeah.
So this was something that was long overdue, and I'm glad that they're actually doing something.
Yeah.
That's what I like. If you're going to do the apology tour, put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
If you, like I mentioned to you before, Serena Williams' husband,
yes.
Ohanian, I can't remember the man's first name.
Yeah.
But he is the head of Reddit. He has released his seat on the board and said that he wants specifically a person of color, specifically a black person, to take his position. And then he's going to take his board shares, his financial shares of stock for his company, for Reddit, and he's going to donate those to Black Lives Matter movements and funds and organizations. Alexis Ohanian, thank you. He's going to take his money and give it to those. And this is what I'm talking about. That's what I need.
That's putting your money where your
Don't just apologize. Put your money behind our community.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm looking for the music industry to do now is for them to give us our royalties.
Give us our masters.
Give us our masters. Give us our streaming royalties instead of fractions of a penny.
And allow us to be in other categories.
Yeah. That's what we need.
It's real simple.
Get some more of us as the label heads and executives of these companies that control black music.
Right. We pull in way too much money for the music industry. We influence every single genre.
Like trillions of dollars.
You turn on any fucking pop record and you will hear them flowing just like how we do, because they either had a black writer or a black producer.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, we influence everything. Why can't we be everywhere?
Mondo said, how that ain't happening. It will happen if more artists decide to not rock with the majors.
Yeah, but we all gotta make a little bit of sacrifices and come together and do our music protest. That's the thing. Like
Joe Budden talks about it on his podcast a lot, where he's like, I wish that the artists who are signed would just strike.
Yeah.
and just say, no, we're not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so it means that people need to stop signing these major label contracts.
Right.
I don't even know why anybody's still signing major label contracts anyway, especially when we're in the age of the internet and you don't really need the label to promote your music.
Right.
You don't need them to create.
That's why a lot of these majors aren't re-signing with these. Once they, their album deal is up, like they had 4 albums, they're like, all right, deuces.
I mean, I know that it's definitely easier said than done, but I think the way that we're out here protesting for police reform, the way that we're out here protesting for, education funding and all this other kind of stuff, and all Black Lives Matter. So we're protesting for the LGBT community, we're protesting for women's rights, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Artists need to do the same thing.
Right.
And let's see. Amor said major label contracts are always garbage 100% of the time. So sad. They are. Mm-hmm. There's no point to them anymore. Like, any artist who's still signing a major label contract that's not in their benefit, where they have most of the ownership of the material that they're creating, any contract can be negotiated. So why is it always in favor of the label?
Yeah.
The label doesn't need that money.
But we're also in the age where folks need to have better lawyers.
Yeah.
Or if not, a lawyer in general.
A trusted lawyer.
Yeah. Because
someone who's real.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah. But it's like, it's 2020 and it's past due time for changes to happen. Yeah. But now we just have to be smarter about how we do things. Like, I myself am making the decision over the summer. I tweeted this. I'm going to talk about it for my show.
Yeah, about the DSPs.
But I am taking my music off the DSPs. And I'm going to see what it is like to have you guys get my music directly from me. And maybe for my next few releases or whatever I do, it's going to come directly from me instead of putting more money into the hands of these major labels. And I say the major labels because they all own stock in the DSPs.
Yeah, they do.
So they're controlling what songs get played, what songs get streamed the most. Yeah. Let's see, Ty said the contract only benefits the label because the profits from the artist keep the label and its affiliates afloat. Exactly.
Of course.
And these labels have been caking off of black music for decades. Mm-hmm. They're not caking off of white music. That's the funny part. Mm-hmm. They're not caking off of white music, but we can't get in those categories, but they're caking off of the categories that we can only get into, but we can't control.
Right.
So it's like something has to give. And I think the only way that they're going to allow it to give is if we take our music away from them.
Yeah. But we all have to stand in agreement and we have to make our presence known. Just like how you said, if we all come together like how we're doing with the Black Lives Matter movement, and if we take that same energy into the music industry, we can create stages of reform.
Exactly. We're going to see, we will see major labels change how they do things.
Yeah.
Even when the streaming stuff started, before all the majors had stock in it, the majors were scrambling to try to figure out what to do.
Right.
Because they were like, okay, now y'all not gonna pay us for this music.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta change things.
Yeah, and so they went right
You know?
into bed with all of these other, with Spotify and everybody else, and
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So it's stuff is changing, and we just cannot lose hope. We can't lose focus, and we can't lose steam.
Yeah.
The 24-hour news cycle this time around lasted for about 2.5 weeks, and I think now we're trying to make sure that people just don't forget what the movement is about.
Yeah, but there's not enough riots happening, and that's why
Exactly.
it's not popular television. The news doesn't know what else to, you know what I mean?
Since everything is peaceful, it's not worth reporting.
Yeah.
And that should not be the case. Even if it's peaceful, we still need to make sure that it's seen and it's heard.
Right.
So for anybody that's listening and watching, please keep posting. Please keep talking.
Yeah.
Please keep going out and protesting.
Yeah.
Please keep doing what you're supposed to do for us in our community.
Because like I said before, this is Black History Month 2.0. And let's not forget, this is also Black Music Month.
Yes.
So, post the Black artists that have
Yes.
made major changes in this industry, even Black label heads. And
Post your favorite independent artists.
yeah, like
got two of them
celebrate.
right here.
Yep, word. Celebrate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's celebrate Black music this month too as well. There's a lot of things that happen in June. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
Yeah.
let's keep the mindset.
And for your artists that don't have their music on the DSPs and you have to get it directly from them, support them. And support them as best as you can, because the more of us that do that, the more the industry's going to watch and be like, okay, wait, so yeah. We're not getting all the money.
At the end of the day, this is a business.
Yeah.
This is a business. Regardless of if we making product or not, we're making music.
And these are registered businesses.
Yeah, okay. These
pay taxes.
Okay, this is businesses. So support Black businesses. That's a business. This is a business.
Yeah.
Support Black businesses.
They saying, okay, so Mondo said, I hear sirens, they coming to get y'all.
That's the hood.
I'm sorry, I live in the hood. You're gonna hear a lot of things. You're gonna hear you're gonna hear sirens.
You're gonna hear fireworks.
You're gonna hear cats fighting.
Right.
You're gonna hear children screaming, and you're gonna hear fast cars going down the street blasting, hip hop or Haitian music.
Right.
Because my street is fully Haitian.
Right.
But yeah. But that's what you get when we're here together.
Right.
Let's see. So, what else is going on that needs to be talked about?
Since this is Black Music Month,
Yes.
let's talk about some of the artists that have come out, like Chloe and Haley.
If you guys didn't listen to the beginning of our show today, I was playing a couple of selections from Chloe and Haley. It's Halle, not Haley. I always say that wrong. Chloe and
Is
Halle.
it Halle?
It is Halle. Because I always think Halle Berry, and it makes me say it wrong. So it's Chloe and Halle.
Oh, all this time I've been saying Haley. Oops.
Yeah. So Chloe and Halle just released their new album called Ungodly Hour.
Yeah.
And these girls are just some of the most talented young Black female artists that I've ever seen and heard. I mean, it doesn't hurt that they're signed to Beyonce.
Right.
And she's guiding their whole process.
Right.
But even before them, they were still talented.
Yeah. Because a lot of people don't know that, number one, they write.
Yes.
And they produce as well.
They play instruments.
Yes. So
they vocal arrange their own stuff.
They're super incredible. Like
even their performances that they've been doing lately, I just watched, they were on one of the morning shows today, and they did a performance in a tennis court, and they were killing it.
Wow.
They had like a little green carpet, green screen thing, and green backdrop or whatever, and they had like clouds and water and everything. It was really, really dope.
Oh, wow.
But they still showed like the fact that they were on a tennis court.
That's dope.
And they were killing it. The vocals were impeccable. The dancing was on point.
Always.
Like, these girls are, to me, the future of Black music.
Yeah.
And Black excellence too, because they're not just thrown together.
Yeah.
And I gotta say,
and they're influenced by so much. Like, you listen to that album, you hear influences from rock, you hear influences from everything we created, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you hear all of these really, really cool, intricate influences, and sometimes there'll be a blend of them all on one song. Mm-hmm. Like, it's incredible. Like, they're really, really talented.
Amor said, for them to release during this time and do so impeccably says so much. It does. because everything's been planned, everything has been practiced, everything has been worked out. Like
even in the like, because you could tell like they probably were going to have a different line of probably PR if the pandemic didn't happen,
and they pushed the album back a week because of what was going on for with George Floyd and the protests and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So they're killing it right now.
Yeah,
they are killing it, and I'm happy to see young black artists like from Gen Z. I guess you can consider them that.
Yeah. Because technically they are.
Where they're not just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
There's actual planning. There's actual rehearsals. You can tell they're trying to make their show and their music look like something
as great as possible. Every moment and every performance is a moment.
Mama don't make me get mad at him.
What did he say?
He said, "Yeah, but I ain't hear a hit song yet. Hits are relative, and hits are determined. Let's also talk about this. Hits have been determined by a white patriarchy in this music industry.
This is also very
the definition of hit is relative. I don't care if it's a hit or not. If it's good to me and I like it, then it's good.
Because sometimes what may not hit for radio will hit on Spotify, will hit on
the blog sites. Yeah, it'll hit on social media. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be the typical hit of oh my god, it's number 1 in the Billboard charts. Right, like those are over. We don't care. Most of the music that I listen to is not on the charts. Yeah, yeah. Most of the music that most people listen to is not on the charts. Right, and if anything, it's still going to be a hit. That Do It song kind of is a hit because it's a hit on TikTok. Yeah, and that's the biggest platform right now. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. It's okay. This is true. What is that? No, they're just in here like getting on him. Oh. Don't get on Mama too hard, though. Yeah, nah. He does know what he's talking about. He's a Grammy Award winning producer. So I'm not gonna come at him too much. Right. Right. Nah, he knows what he's talking about because he does have a hit. Right. He produced. He has several. Yeah. But he is the producer of Ladies Night by Lil' Kim and all them. Right. So we're not gonna be too mad at Mama. Right. Right. I'm just saying that my definition of it has changed. Love you, Mondo. Right. He also, let's shout it out, he also produced our song, The Only Thing We Need, so make sure y'all stream that. And he was the executive producer of this one's last album, Cosmic. Word. So, yeah, he know what he's talking about. Right. That's what I'm going to say. Right. I'm just going to politely disagree. So yeah, but Chloe and Halle came out. Do we want to talk about Nicki Minaj and that boy? You know what? For me, I feel like I know that 6ix9ine is on his I just got out wave, and he's just putting out music. But at the same time, I feel like Nicki should have taken advantage of the state that we're in and actually did something for the culture. And not just expose her titties and just... Well, she did say that she was giving money to the bail funds. But that's... You know what I mean? Like, Nicki has never really done anything for the culture. Like, she'll have her moments where, she'll support some black folks on... Well, she said she was going to go to... She want everybody to stay in school. Yeah, I mean, she always say that. And then she'll... That's when she starts singing. Stay in school. Yeah, I just wish. I know the bars is gonna come for me. I'm okay with that. I like them anyway. I just really believe she should have took advantage of what she's never really truly done musically anything for the culture. Like, especially in times like these, like she had an opportunity and she missed it, and instead she just wanted to swing her titties, and it was like, all right, that's cool. Is that song even? Are the proteins in it? Shut up! We all know. Oh my god! I'm not even gonna say it because we're supposed to be supporting our own. But at the end of the day, you know what? Stop it. I'm sorry. Are there proceeds going? Is it at least proceeds of that song going to something? She said that it was supposed to be going to the bail funds. And the song did hit number 1 on the charts and so it came out. Of course it did. Of course it did. When she's featured on stuff, she always goes. We don't know Nicki Minaj. We know Nika Mirage. Yeah, Onika. Yeah. Because she's the one that featured on your song, not Nicki Minaj. We don't know who that woman is. Yeah. Sorry to that woman. Yeah. Yeah.
I had a song with her a long time ago. I featured on one of her songs. She featured on mine. But at that time, she was Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
She wasn't Minaj.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
when she was still black.
She doing her thing.
I wasn't supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Well, they already said that she looked like she lightened her skin, and in this video, she definitely looks super light skinned.
Yeah, she does. But that's probably lighting though too as well.
Yeah.
You got to contribute a lot of that stuff to that.
I saw the candid pictures.
You haven't seen the video?
I saw the video.
Yeah, I watched the video too.
But the candid pictures, she also looks very light, and there wasn't no lighting in the candid pictures.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey Nikki. So yeah,
I would just really love her to do something that is like
her music should have evolved by now
for the culture.
It really should have evolved, and the fact, and I hate to compare them. I do not want to compare them, but it's just very interesting that you have somebody like Cardi B who is super vocal about politics and racism and current events and stuff like that, and she's not the most talented. She might not even really be black. But she's vocal about the shit.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to Nicki, you don't hear a peep from her.
Yeah. She did. Didn't she?
She did one post. She put up a black square and she did like one post and she did a couple things on Twitter.
Yeah.
But most of Nicki's beef with everybody is about herself, and she never does anything for anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I know I sound like I hate her, but
she supports her fans. She's always like, giving money to her fans and stuff like that. But like,
okay, you're giving money to the fans. Give money and build a school.
Yeah.
Like, give money and help defund the police. Give money and I don't know, something else.
Yeah.
Like, why do I always need to see her be naked in order to consider her as something big?
This is true.
This is true. Like, every other artist, I don't know anybody else that's really showing that much skin right now.
Yeah, like she...
And I'm not trying to police women's bodies. I'm not trying to police how they dress.
But even when Cardi
it's
did it
distracting.
And I don't want to compare, because everybody always compares Nicki and Cardi now because they're at the top of the game and whatever.
Yeah.
But when Cardi did that video, what was it? What video?
Press, where she was naked.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was just super artistic.
But it was artistically done.
It was artistic, but it also was the point of the record too as well.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Anyway,
yeah. Anybody got something new out?
I don't know. Did anybody else come up with something new?
To be quite honest,
I did hear Trey Songz.
Trey Songz.
Yeah, Trey Songz did a song. What is it called? How many more marches or something like that? Mm. It was actually a really, really beautiful song.
Okay.
So I really, you guys, I go out and listen to that. That was actually really beautiful.
Oh, Friday, Tiana Taylor's album comes out. The album, and I'm actually very excited for that.
Yeah, Tiana.
She's killing it.
Tiana is.
And John Legend's album comes out on Friday.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a very Juneteenth.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Are y'all celebrating Juneteenth, which is on this Friday, June 19th?
Word.
We have a little shindig that we're doing for our crew.
Yeah.
I'm taking off of work, so I want to celebrate the holiday. And we're doing our moments. We're doing our moments. We're going to be having a good time amongst each other, but we're also going to be educating each other too as well. Yes.
Because, in the midst of all of this, it's really about making sure that everybody knows our history.
Yes.
And so we're going to be sharing details, sharing experiences, you know what I mean, and really making it a moment to celebrate.
If anybody does not know the history of Juneteenth, I will give you a very quick rundown.
Yeah.
Juneteenth is...
What's our time like?
We got 10 minutes.
Okay.
So Juneteenth is the actual day that slaves were made aware that slavery had been abolished.
Right.
Which actually happened, I want to say, several years after the Emancipation Proclamation.
Mm-hmm.
And because some slaves in certain states weren't even aware that had been passed.
Yeah. And
it took that long for them to actually be notified that slavery was abolished, because even though they had the proclamation, white people were still keeping their slaves.
Right.
So Juneteenth is the day that we celebrate our actual freedom from slavery.
Right.
And so because of everything that's been going on...
Because it wasn't really a designated day.
Right.
That's why it's called Juneteenth, because it was some point in time in June.
Yeah.
Isn't that awful?
Yeah.
That's just
so
right there.
And now we're just considering June 19th to be the day.
Yeah.
So we celebrate that day to commemorate our independence, really in place of the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Because
I won't be celebrating.
That really had nothing to do with us.
I don't mean no harm.
Yeah. So everybody's gonna celebrate that holiday. I'll be working on that day, getting paid time and a half. Amen. And yeah, Juneteenth is our holiday.
Yeah.
And I encourage everyone to celebrate this. But check this: the states didn't acknowledge Juneteenth as a recognized day until the 2000s. Exactly.
Yeah.
And there are several states now that are trying to put it into law that it'll be a national holiday, or at least a state holiday.
Yeah.
I think Virginia is one, Wisconsin's another.
Yeah. A few companies have already made it official that this will be now celebrated as a holiday.
Exactly.
And we need to fight for that, because it's an important part of American history at the end of the day.
I tried to get it at my job. They never got back to me. They're just doing some chime celebrations on, a virtual chat.
Hopefully it'll change for next year.
Hopefully it'll change for next year.
Little wins. We celebrate our little wins, and we fight for the bigger ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, Juneteenth, we turned it up the whole weekend.
Word.
So yeah, what's that, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe on Sunday I go to my mama's house. She won't put something on the grill.
There you go.
Amen.
There you go. Come on, little body. Go put something on the grill.
Put something on the grill. You guys,
giggity.
I did not tell everybody this on the show, but 2 weeks ago I went and got tested for
hey, every time you
COVID-19.
say that, it just automatically
sounds like an AIDS test?
Right. It does. It does.
I need to get one of those too. I ain't been having the sex, but right. I still need to go and get tested. But yeah, so I went and I tricked my mother into getting tested as well. And
which is a funny story.
It's hilarious because we pull up to the thing and the lady's like, "Oh, would you like to get tested too?" And she was like,
"I'm good."
I was like, "No, get tested. Go ahead. It's fine." She's like, "I don't know if I want to do that." And I was like, I heard that it's just uncomfortable. It's not bad, but you definitely want to know,
right? So
that you can just live your life without fear and have that confidence.
Yeah.
And so they did me first. So the lady came by, and it looked like something from a movie.
That long ass Q-tip.
Not even before, but even before that, driving up to the thing in the park, it just felt like, oh my God, at the end of this, they're just gonna throw our bodies in a ditch. I can feel it. And then we drive up.
See too many movies.
Yeah. They got the hazmat suits on or whatever, and then she comes over to the window. And she's like, "All right, just lean back." And I'm like, "Ah." And then I'm leaning back, and she's like, "Lean back some more." And I'm like, "Ain't no more room for me to go."
Right. Unless I take this seat back.
Right. And then she's like, "Okay, so just relax." I'm like, "Okay, I'm fine, but you're scary." But the Q-tip was like this long, y'all. It was this long, and at least this much went into my nose. And it literally just felt like there was something in my face that wasn't supposed to be there. It only lasted for like maybe 10 seconds, if that. And then
that's a long time.
They went over to my mom.
That's a long 10 seconds is a long time.
They went over to my mom's side of the car.
Y'all sit there and count to 10 and tell me how long that is. That's a long time.
And like
to be uncomfortable.
It is a long time. But it was I don't know. It was a long time while you're doing it, but after looking back, it really wasn't that long of a time. My mother grabbed my hand and squeezed it for dear life. I think I was bruised. But it took them a little while to give us the results. They said 5 to 7 business days, and they were supposed to call us, but they never did. So I wound up calling them yesterday, and they said, "Oh, we just got a new batch of test results in. Once we go through them, we'll call you back." And they called me within like an hour, and they said, "Okay, your test results came in, and they're negative." I was like, "Amen. Praise God." And then I told my mom, I said, "Call them so they can call you back or whatever." And she said, "Okay," and then told her negative. Right. So, amen.
Keep washing your hands and wash your ass. Okay? Still serious out here in these streets.
Let's see. Deanna said, "If you can get your nose pierced, you can get the test done." And that's honestly how it felt. Remember when you came with me to get my nose pierced?
Yeah.
And I cried like a bitch?
That? Is that video still
It's still on my Instagram.
Y'all go to his page and search that
You
nose
gotta go
piercing.
all the way down far on the post or whatever. But I have a video of me getting my nose pierced. It's closed up now. I gotta get it re-pierced. But honestly, that's what it felt like.
That was the funniest.
Getting my nose pierced was more painful. It was way more painful.
Yeah.
But getting the test was just more uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you literally feel the Q-tip, like, here.
Yeah, see.
So...
I should probably know another one as well.
What, did your nose pierced?
No.
Oh,
the COVID test.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
but
real quick.
My conspiracy mind don't be letting me do certain things. Because I'll be like... They implanting the virus in you because it's at the end of the Q-tip and y'all ain't paying attention. It's real out here in these streets, and that's how you gonna get the COVID and you gonna pass it on to somebody else because it's at the end of the Q-tip.
I can't.
Bruh, it's at the end of the Q-tip. I'm just saying, that's my conspiracy mind.
I would say if you want to go outside in these streets, go get tested, just so you know what your results are and you're not affecting anybody else.
This is true. But wear your mask and wash your hands and your ass and you'll be alright.
So we've got 3 minutes left. I'm going to exit stage left.
Yeah.
So I can set up for my show.
Because everybody go to a Nat's page on IG.
Thank y'all for watching.
He's gonna be doing his concert and whatnot. I'm not gonna stay on here long because yeah. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in to this
Sorry.
You alright?
I had to turn it down.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I can't read nothing because I would have to go like this, and that's really uncomfortable. But thank you guys for coming in, joining us. We're back to business as usual. Make sure that you check out June 30th, which will be the season finale of Tired Tuesdays. We have a special thing that we're going to do, which is going to be really dope. And I think you guys will really, truly enjoy that. So make sure you guys plug that in. What else? Make sure you go to ANAT's page for his concert. And yeah, that's about it. I think that's all the announcements. I think that's all the church announcements for this evening. All right, so we're gonna get to the word of God, and we're gonna keep it pushing. Let me see. Love y'all. I'm trying to see. I look crazy. But thank you guys for tuning in. Beware the Q-tip. At the end of the Q-tip, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, because they out to get us any way that they can. And that's just the way I feel about it. And that's just it. So be careful out here in these streets. If you out in the streets, make sure you got somebody with you. Because shit popping. All right. Love y'all. See y'all. We out. Look, see? This is crazy. This is crazy.